The status quo is failing small business owners. There's a quiet lie at the center of small business advice. It says that if you're smart enough, disciplined enough, educated enough, or hardworking enough, your business will survive. For many business owners, that lie doesn't just feel wrong anymore. It feels expensive. Because over the last 25 years, owners have done everything they were told and still watch the ground shift underneath them. Recessions, credit freezes, pandemics, supply chain collapses, interest rate shocks, platform changes, banking instability, and through it all, the advice barely changed. Status quo assumes stability. Small businesses pay for that assumption. Most small business frameworks are built on an unspoken assumption that the operating environment will be mostly stable. Stable demand, stable credit, stable costs, stable rules. Federal survival data tells a different story. According to the Small Business Administration, analysis of Bureau of Labor Statistics, only about half of employer businesses survive to 5 years, and roughly 1/3 make it to 10, even before accounting for demographics or major economic shocks. That's not a stable system. That's fragility being averaged away. Averages hide reality and shift risk downward. Aggregate survival statistics are often presented as reassurance. Half of businesses make it 5 years. Failure is just part of the journey. What those averages hide is how unevenly risk is distributed and who absorbs the cost when the system breaks. When outcomes are disaggregated, research from the Brookings Institution shows that certain groups of business owners experience dramatically worse survival outcomes than national averages suggest, particularly Black-owned and Black women-owned businesses. This is not evidence of lower skill, weaker effort, or poorer decision-making. Brookings and related research consistently point instead to structural differences in access to capital and credit terms, ability to absorb early losses, exposure to economic shocks, reliance on personal guarantees, and margin for error during downturns. Disaggregated data doesn't tell us who is failing. It tells us where the cost of instability is being concentrated. The most expensive failures happen after you've made it. Most small business advice fixates on startups, but establishment survival data shows that a significant share of failures happen after the first 1 to 2 years, not during formation. Years 2 through 5 are where businesses fail quietly or survive while bleeding value. This is when fixed costs lock in, debt becomes permanent, hiring outpaces margin, owner pay disappears, and stress decisions replace strategic ones. The business may still be operating, but the owner's upside often isn't. Risk isn't the problem. Uncontained risk is. Here's the part the status quo avoids. No internal system can eliminate risk in a volatile economy. Even well-run businesses are exposed to forces they can't control, something the Federal Reserve has repeatedly acknowledged. Reporting on small business credit, Barron's highlights persistent stress from rising costs, tighter credit, and economic uncertainty across the small business landscape. Risk shows up whether you plan for it or not. The difference is whether or not it's recognized early and contained, or allowed to compound until there's nothing left to protect. So why does the status quo keep costing owners their upside? The status quo rewards growth, scale, and optimization because those stories read well in calm conditions. What it undertrains is cash discipline under stress, early containment over expansion, saying no before it's urgent, and protecting owner pay and optionality. So when the shocks arrive, as they reliably have, owners absorb the losses personally. So what's this series all about? This series isn't anti-growth, anti-education, or anti-ambition. It's anti-denial. It's about why capable business owners keep losing profit, time, and wealth, even when the business itself appears to survive. Because in an economy defined by volatility, survival isn't a baseline outcome, it's an achievement. And it deserves systems built for it.